So today we're going to see how a regular dude fares against 10 toddlers if he's going to get paid $100 to do so. So let's fight. He looks nervous and determined at the same time. This is confetti. Yikes. I'll take the $100 though. So we have Franken dudes. Gain 3% max HP and damage for each unconscious dude. Every 3 seconds, the night dude taunts up to 5 nearby enemies to focus their attacks on him. I think that will be the play. So let's fight these mallards and rats. Seem to be faring well. Regular dude got 4 kills, 123 damage dealt, and the night dude got 2 kills, 178 damage, but took 153 damage. Wow. And we got another one. All dudes gain 10% damage. The motivational poster. Universal healthcare. All dudes gain 10% max HP. I think we're going to go with the max HP because we want to stay beefy. So now let's fight 3 gooses and 8 little ducks. So we had 3 kills, 150 damage. Night dude's got 8 kills, 331 damage, and then took 200 damage. So we have Viking dudes. Each time the Viking deals damage to an enemy, he has a 5% chance to go berserk, gaining 50% attack speed and run speed for 3 seconds. That's pretty good. Cleric dudes. Every 2 seconds, the cleric dude creates a pulse at the most injured dude. That's really good. The pulse heals nearby injured dudes for 100% of the cleric dude's DPS, split evenly among them. That's, I think, I don't even need to read the ghost. Let's go with that guy. With these beefy guys and then them getting healed constantly by the cleric dude, they're gonna be unstoppable. So let's see how they fare against 9 mallard ducks. So the cleric is getting absolutely swarmed, so I'm not sure. Okay, he taunted them, I think. So as long as the cleric doesn't get attacked first, we'll be good. Because the cleric dude, he got 1 kill, dealt 120 damage, but healed for 87, which is going to be huge in the long run. We need more clerics. Okay, a merchant dude arrived. So we have dude juice, revives unconscious dudes. If used in the ranch, revives 10 dudes, which I believe is right now. If used during the battle, revives 5 dudes with 50% HP. So that's not even anywhere near as good, but it's free, so. Half full glass. When your dudes drop below 50% health, they have a 25% chance to recover 10% of their health. This can occur once every 5 seconds per dude. Hidden daggers. All dudes gain 40% cleave. So that just means they can attack all the way around. That would be good for like swarm type attacks. If we get attacked by like 100 toddlers, but I'm not sure if the healing would be better. I think this would be better, to be honest. Yeah, we'll go with the dagger. So we'll fight 52 toddlers, so just half of what I just claimed. And hopefully that cleric doesn't get knocked out. But I guess we do have another cleric to heal him, so he should be fine. Bye. So the cleric dealt 360 damage and healed for 214. That is a lot. So we'll just keep going the clerics. So then this next one we have 5 gooses and 9 rats. The cleric's 461 damage, 250 healing. So we have samurai dudes. Every 3 seconds, the samurai dude dashes to the lowest health enemy on the battlefield to help finish it off. I feel like that's pretty good. Although the ghost, each time the ghost dude attacks or takes damage, he has a 10% chance to go ethereal for 1 second, becoming untargetable by enemies. That could be just as good as the healing, but I can't help but go with the samurai dude because they are going to help out so much and they have higher damage. So I'm just going to go with the samurai dudes. Strange spores. Your dudes attune their spirits. Every second for 3 seconds, their health is redistributed. Okay. Let's fight 4 goats, 6 gooses. Those knights are getting about halfway or just underneath. But everyone else did pretty well. How did the samurai do? 2 kills, 198 damage. That's not too bad. But the clerics healed for 308. That's awesome. More clerics. Let's fight 14 gooses. Oh man, regular dude. Okay, so we found a relic. Lieutenant's Sigil. The second dude type on your roster gains 10% crit chance. Incense Holder. The cleric dude gains 30% increased damage, and his Divine Pulse healing is increased by 5% per dude within the radius. Dog tag. When a dude gets knocked out, all active dudes gain 20% run speed. Not interested. Incense Holder for sure. Let's fight 28 rats and see how we fare. It's really nice that the knights taunt so that they all go towards them, and then the clerics can just stand beside and attack and heal. Because they healed for 427 and dealt 663 damage and got 14 kills. This combo is doing really well. We'll go with more knight dudes. Free regular dude? Why not? Caboose. The dude type at the end of your roster gains 30% max HP. Clerical Air. The cleric dude's Divine Pulse now also deals damage to an enemy equal to 50% of the cleric dude's DPS, preferring enemies with low health. Oh, and we almost have 1,000 to afford both of them. So we're talking 30% or more damage. I feel like this is the way to go. The clerics are just so overpowered. Let's fight 1 wolf and 10 rats. Last wolf did not stand a chance. Cleric dudes dealt 1,000 damage. So let's do more knight dudes so that they keep the attention of all the enemies while the clerics can just heal and kill. So now we got 3 dog-sized rats, 4 goats, and 9 mallard ducks. Let's go for it. Samurai's dashing around. I like that. And just like that, that was easy peasy. Cleric dudes are MVP right now. Well, more knight dudes. So we found another relic stash. Ring of Shielding. All overhealing now grants 25% of the overheal amount as temporary health that lasts for 5 seconds. Okay, Bagpipes. The knight dudes gain 10% increased toughness, and the range of his taunt is doubled. And then Holy Water. The cleric dude's Divine Pulse gains increased healing on dudes with lower health. The healing increase is equal to the dude's missing health percentage. I feel like the overhealing is gonna be the best for us because it lasts 5 seconds, which is a pretty decent amount of time. So we'll go with that. So now we're gonna fight 1 wolf and 45 wolf toddlers. And the taunt on the knights is just so good. That wolf is not doing any damage to our guys. Cleric dudes healing for 219, and then the knight dudes are taking 244 damage. They're tanking a lot for everyone else. We're still going to go with those clerics. So we have 3 Canada gooses and 5 dog-sized rats. Let's go for it. I don't know if any of you guys have had a real experience with Canada geese, but they are mean. This is what I would expect. So our cleric dudes did 1.9k damage, practically 2k damage, and healed for 1,000. So now we have warlock dudes. The warlock dude has made a pact with an evil being. 90% of his damage gets stored in his pact and spread out over 4 seconds. Then we have a bloodsucker vampire dude. Heals for 30% of damage dealt, which is just another heal. I feel like that's better than anything the bard can give us. So let's go with the vampire dude. And let's fight 1 wolf and 27 little ducks. Those ducks just disappeared. And the wolf is getting bullied. Okay, so our knights did 600 damage, and there's our clerics to save the day. We'll do more knight dudes. So Caboose, the dude type at the end of your roster, gains 30% max HP, and that can help for our knight dudes. The fairy ring reduces the merchant cost of strange spores by 50%. ablative shield. When a knight dude receives healing, he gains temporary health equal to 100% of the healing received for 3 seconds. That is really good. But I feel like it's just not as good as the caboose, because we already have overhealing for everyone. This would be better because if it's 30% max health on 200, let's say 200 health, we're talking an extra 60 health, whereas this would be 20 because of what the clerics are able to heal. So let's do the caboose. So we have 1200 monies. So pumpkin latte reduces the merchant cost of health potions by 50%. All dudes take 10% less damage. That's a good deal. And we'll restock one because we could afford another. When a samurai dude reaches his dash target, he gains temp health equal to 30% of his max HP for 4 seconds. We only have one samurai dude, and I'm not sure this is worth it. Although we might plan on wanting to get more of them. We will do that relic. And then we'll fight 93 little ducks. And that was over before it even started. Cleric dudes with 51 kills. And you know we're just going to keep going with clerics. 218 toddlers. So this is where the AoE for the cleric dudes healing is going to come in. And we're going to actually see that. So let's fight them. And the health is barely going down for anyone. Maybe our regular dudes got down to a quarter or 3/4 down, but just absolute domination. Let's do more cleric dudes and more dude juice. So we'll fight 3 Canada gooses, 4 dog-sized rats, and 8 goats. Absolutely destroyed the goats and the rats. And the clerics are just dominating, and the knight dudes aren't doing half bad either. So out of these, since we got the item, I'm going to do the samurai dude and more dude juice. So we have 119 little ducks. Feel like this is just going to be domination. So we have the overhealing over there represented with purple, I believe. And everything else is just normal. So the samurai dudes did 310 damage. We're just going to keep going with knight dudes and clerics. So we have the rage bait again. We have purple heart. When any dude lands a critical hit, he gains temporary health for 3 seconds equal to 25% the damage dealt. Scroll of mockery. Knight dudes gain 20% max HP and taunt 3 additional enemies. That is incredible. So currently we forgot to move these. Let's move the knights to the bottom so that they have 395 health, so that they just won't die and they'll taunt more people. So let's fight 41 gooses. More knight dudes. Okay, we have a merchant guy again. Emergency ring. When a dude takes fatal damage, he has 15% chance to survive with 1 HP and become invisible. Blood talisman. Anytime a dude receives healing, he gains 1% attack speed for the rest of the round. Oh man, our dudes are healing so much so that this was just going to be topped off right from the get-go. So we have a boss round now. 1 horse-sized duck, and then he passes gas. And then 75 duck-sized horses. Oh man, he hits hard. That cleric needs to get out of there. Oh, he knocked out one of our knights. I guess we don't have a ton of damage. I mean, those knights took 2.8. So 3k worth of damage. And the clerics healed for about that same amount, but dealt way more. And our regular dudes did 1.3k damage. How are our regular dudes doing more than, say, our samurai dudes or vampire dudes? I feel like we're missing something here. We just need more healing. Holy symbol. When a cleric dude takes fatal damage, he will recover with full health and send out a divine pulse with 300% increased range and 1000 increased power. Each cleric dude can do this once per round. Death rattle. All dudes gain 2% damage per unconscious dude, up to a maximum of 20%. Bamboo dummy. Samurai dudes gain 5% crit chance every time they don't land a critical hit. This bonus resets when they land a critical hit. Let's just do the holy symbol. That's just too powerful. And we'll fight 29 goats. I don't know how long it takes for our dudes to regain consciousness. It said it was a couple rounds, but how many rounds is a couple? So our cleric dudes were the MVP on that one, but we'll go with more samurai dudes. And we'll fight 52 gooses. Our samurais are overhealing a lot. I don't ever see them tap into their actual health. So let's see the Knight dudes dealt 1.3. Clerics healed for 1,000 damage. Let's just keep going with the samurai dudes. So we have 1 alpha wolf and 24 mallard ducks. Yeah, we smoked that wolf. Who was the MVP on this one? It's just always the clerics. They have triple everyone else. We're trying to get the samurai guys up there. They're really close to the regular dudes. So we'll try going for some more vampire guys. So we are going to face 1 horse-sized duck and 11 goats. So far, none of our health has gone too low. We might just have too much healing. One of our regular dudes got really low there, but everyone else stayed pretty healthy. Samurai dudes did 1.3, clerics with 3k, knight dudes with 1.5. So now we have paladin dudes. At the start of the round, the paladin dudes blesses 2 random dudes. The blessing reduces damage taken by 10% and redirects 20% of the remaining damage to the paladin dude instead. That could be good. The Spartan dude has 20% chance to block attacks aimed at nearby dudes. That seems better than that. Ninja dude becomes stealthy when they land a critical hit, becoming invisible to enemies for 1 second. I think we're going to go with the Spartan dude, so we have that chance of blocking. So we have 1,500 monies here. So the Knight dude gains 10% increased toughness and the range of his taunt is doubled. And then there's Blood Siphon. When a vampire dude takes damage while below 50% health, he steals 20% health from a random dude if that dude has more health. We'll do the Bagpipe and then we'll restock for 1. Divine Rod. The cleric dude's Divine Pulse cools down in 5% less time per dude healed by the pulse. And then all dudes gain 10% damage. Both of those are really good. I think the more healing we have going off, the better. So this also applies to the healing for the cleric, but it's nowhere near as much as getting more, up to a maximum of 50%, so they can get twice the amount of healing off, which is way better than 10% damage, which would be like 3 extra health. We'll fight 113 rats. And I think our dude that was unconscious woke up and he's back with us. So now we have the Knight dudes at 1.5 and took 700 damage. The cleric dudes dealt 2k and healed for 1,000. Samurai dudes are still at 800. But we're going to go with the Spartan dudes over the vampires. Vampires I've just been disappointed with. 135 duck-sized horses. They're just bouncing around all over the place and getting knocked out. So this is just more of the same. The clerics are just carrying everyone else. And we're going to do Spartan dudes. And we got Bottle Lightning and Burner Phone. Awesome. Let's fight 352 bees. Cannot be targeted by cleave attacks. That is not good. Oh man, everyone's health is going down. Oh, okay, we had some divine stuff going on with the clerics. That just saved everyone. That was the worst of them all. I'm impressed with bees. Bees are awesome. So we'll just go with more cleric dudes because we need the health and we got a new meteor. 509 toddlers? Yikes. Alright, let's fight them. I just see Samurai just flying all over the screen. Oh, look at his face. Yeah, the Samurais did decent. Regular dudes, I don't know how the regular dudes are better than most of these others. I'm not going to try and question it too much. We'll go with more Spartan dudes. So the Dude Whisperer arrives. Dude, you got a whole crop of regular dudes that just hanging around being all weak and dumb. Just give me 5 rounds with them and they'll come back different. Check out these openings in my Dude Academy. So we can train these dudes. That might affect how we actually play, because these honey badgers might mess us up. They have an 80% chance of ignoring taunts, which is what we're relying on to keep our clerics alive. We'll fight 6 of them and 9 Candida geese. We're not afraid. That knight is so low. That knight is so low. Oh, he got knocked out. No way. I thought he was going to make it. He was hanging on with just barely a half a breath of his life. Man, they took 2.5k damage. The clerics and the knight dudes are really helping us out. And we will just go with more knights. We have Black Sheep at the start of combat. The dude type at the end of your roster taunts up to 5 random enemies to attack him for 3 seconds. So that would help the knight dudes even more. And then we have Soul Reliquary, or however you say that. The vampire dude's attacks mark the target's soul for 4 seconds. The mark will heal anyone who attacks the target for 10% of damage they deal to it. I kind of want to go with the Black Sheep. That is really good for our knight dudes. That's just 5 more. So we have 3 plus 5 plus however many they taunt, 5 more. So we're talking 13 enemies they'll taunt and take away from all of our other dudes, which is really helpful. So we are going to fight 1 gorilla and 26 geese. I feel like I'm going to be using these quite a bit. Oh man, keep the clerics alive. Keep the clerics alive. Oh, one of our Spartans got knocked out. So that gorilla didn't do too much damage, but he hit hard when he hit. So we'll just do more knight dudes because they are helping us out a lot. Brass knuckles. When any dude gets knocked out, all active dudes gain 3% damage for the remainder of the round. Stack up to 10 times. Chestplate. When a knight dude takes damage greater than 10% of his max HP, he gains temporary health equal to 50% of the damage taken for 3 seconds. So when he takes damage greater than 10%, so that's like 1 hit, hits him, and he takes more than 10%. That's not bad. Ancient Sword. Whenever a dude taunts an enemy, there is a 2% chance for the taunt to pierce into the underworld. Summoning a skeleton dude into the battle. This can occur once per second. With how much taunting we have, I got a feeling that's going to help out a lot. So now we have 3 feral hogs, 4 wolves, and 7 Canada geese. Now our health isn't getting too low. And we haven't spawned any skeletons yet. The clerics are just dealing so much damage, and so are the knight dudes. They heal so much too. Gonna keep with the samurais, and we're gonna fight 176 rats. It's kind of chewing down on us, kind of chewing at our feet, but they're just no match for the cleric dudes. And we'll take another knight. So this one is 3 feral hogs, 5 honey badgers, and 8 Canada geese. Before we only fought 5 honey badgers and 8 Canada geese. Now we have the 3 feral hogs, which they're speedy. Our cleric dudes get down. Oh, stay alive. And divine intervention. And our knight dudes are getting low too. But we didn't lose anyone, and we had 2 skeleton dudes. They deal 200 damage. That's not too bad. We'll keep doing the knight dudes. And we got our 5 cleric dudes. That's going to help us so much, especially against 1 stallion and 20 goats. The stallion, when its health drops below 30%, the animal will panic and run around. Ooh, we can make it. We can survive getting trampled. Yeah, he's not doing any damage to us. He's just going to start running around. And then this is where the samurais really help us. And then there he went, turned into glue. More clerics. Bonfire. Dudes gain 1% max HP for every dude of the same family on your team, up to a maximum of 20%. So we have 21 warriors, so those guys are going to gain 20% more HP. And the samurai dudes. All dudes gain 10% damage. We'll buy that, and we'll buy that. So now our knight dudes are at 475 health. Let's fight 162 mallard ducks. We had 3 skeletons that time. Still no match for the clerics and knight dudes. 41 dog-sized rats. Yeah, I feel like healing is overpowered because we're hardly getting down in anything with these guys. And our samurais are overhealing. More clerics. 417 little ducks. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of glue on the ground. So our cleric dudes did 5,000 damage and almost 4,000 healing. More knight dudes. 1 big bee and 40 gooses. Cannot be targeted by cleave attacks. Alright, I think we're ready for this. That bee hits hard, but it doesn't hit hard enough. We're healing just too much. Clerics did 5,000 damage and almost 3,000 healing. And samurai dude. Business dude arrives. I can double your investment in just 13 rounds. We have a boss round next time. So we'll get 1054, or we just do the regular package. All or nothing. That's all I'm saying. So 452 little ducks. So now our samurai are overhealed. The cleric dudes did 5,000 damage, 3,000 healing. Knights did 4,000 damage, 2,000 damage taken. And our samurai dudes did 2,000 damage. That's not bad for 6 of them. Reduces the merchant cost of bottled lightning. That's okay. And increase the max HP of knight dudes by 30%. That would have been nice if we didn't go all or nothing. But that's okay. We'll just fight 50 dog-sized rats and 214 rats. Let's go. Our vampires are getting low. Better watch it. Okay, divine healing. And our knight dudes are getting low. But not low enough. Man, our clerics did 13,000 damage and healed for 7,000. Our knight dudes did 8,000 and took 7k damage. We're going to keep doing the knight dudes. So you found a relic stash. Spartan dudes gain 10% increased max HP and spawn near other dudes. Dog tag: when a dude gets knocked out, all active dudes gain 20% run speed. When samurai dude lands a killing blow, he heals for 20% of his max HP. And his dash cooldown is reset. He also gains a stacking 25% increase to his run speed for 5 seconds. Let's do that. So let's fight 50 dog-sized rats. Our health is not going down at all. And it's all because of our clerics. We'll get more samurai dudes. 9 wolves, 10 honey badgers. In the past, I feel like we've had more challenges with the badgers rather than the wolves. The wolves just seem to last a while because they have more health, but the badgers have more damage. And more cleric dudes. 55 dog-sized rats. Samurais are dashing all over the place. And overhealing like crazy. Samurais did 3.5k damage, but our clerics are doing 9. So we'll do more knight dudes. 370 duck-sized horses. More samurai dudes. And a bottle of lightning. Okay, so the merchant dude arrived. Living hand. 4 skeleton dudes appear to assist you at the start of each round. Knuckle bones. When your dudes are hit by an enemy's cleave attack, they have a 25% chance to curse the attacker, reducing its cleave damage by 25% for 4 seconds. None of those are that good, so we're going to restock. Bat wings. When a vampire dude takes fatal damage, he steals health from nearby enemies and teleports away. This can occur once every 10 seconds, and all dudes gain 5% crit chance. We'll buy that, and then we'll restock, and we'll look at Purple Heart. When any dude lands a critical hit, he gains temporary health for 3 seconds equal to 25% of damage dealt. So we just got 5% critical chance. That's toughness. Crit chance is the star. So the most is a samurai dude. Whereas the Spartan dude gains 15% increased toughness, and he gains an additional 10% chance to block attacks aimed at other Spartan dudes. Oh man. I think we'll go with the Purple Heart, and we'll fight 5 feral hogs, 7 wolves, 8 honey badgers. Our health is not going down at all. We got 1 skeleton dude that time. He only did 83 damage. That next to the cleric's damage is a joke. And we'll get more samurai dudes. Okay, so this time we're going to fight 1 silverback gorilla and 12 rams. Oh man, he knocked out one of the vampires. We just need to swarm him. He was quite tough. He hit like a truck. If it wasn't for our knight dudes, it would have knocked everyone out. And more clerics. And a free dude. We'll fight 69 dog-sized rats. The samurais are flying. We got 3 skeleton dudes that time. Our clerics did 12,000 damage and 4,000 healing. Samurais are at 5,000 damage and knight dudes are at 7,500, but they're taking 4,500. More knight dudes, please. And a free regular dude. 1 silverback gorilla, 22 dog-sized rats. Samurai are overhealing so much. He didn't stand a chance. They don't deal a ton of damage, but they get so much health from all of the bonuses we have attached to them. We'll train 2 more knight dudes and fight 474 duck-sized horses. We're almost around 50. I wonder what's going to be around 50. We are actually getting low. That vampire is about to join his brother. Okay. Thanks to that knight. Pretty dispersed damage all around. But we're going to get more cleric dudes. We're going to look at Hollow Fangs. Vampire dudes gain 60% damage and 50% cleave, but lose 20% max HP. Makes them even more weak. These are all for vampires. Leather Bracer. When a Spartan dude block an attack for an ally, that ally gains 5% critical chance for 2 seconds. This effect can stack up to 4 times, and its timer will refresh if reapplied. In Chestplate, when a knight dude takes damage greater than 10% of his max HP, he gains temporary health equal to 50% of the damage taken for 3 seconds. I want to take that one, because sometimes when the silverback gorilla hits these guys, it knocks their health way down, and I would feel more comfortable just having them get more health if they get hit like that. So 333 mallard ducks. Kind of want more samurai because I want to see him fly across the screen. And there's my wish. Boken. Samurai dudes gain 20% damage and 20% max HP. That is really good. The dude type at the top of your roster gains 30% damage. And then that's a per unconscious dude, which I'm not interested. If I have the samurai at the top, then they get 30% damage. But if I do this, they get 20% damage and 20% HP. So I'm more interested in the Boken. Yeah, 33 damage. The cleric has 28 and the knight dude has 22. 447 rats. Clerics did 8.4k, and the samurais are creeping up towards the clerics with 5.6k. But more clerics. And we got our investment back. Nice. 3 horse-sized ducks and 7 horses. I remember these ducks being a problem, so I'm not too sure about this one. The arena's getting really big. Samurai are flying though. At least they're able to keep up with the animals. I mean, look at them. They just went after that horse. Samurai did 10k damage, and the clerics did 20. Knight dudes did 9, but blocked 7k. We're still going to go for more healing, though. 3 gorillas, 5 alpha wolves. Gorillas are getting knocked out before those wolves. There's a samurai with 8k and clerics with 16. I think we'll go with more Spartan dudes because they block damage. And then we got our 2 knight dudes back. 92 dog-sized rats. The samurai are flying again. I really like that, if you haven't noticed. Samurai are at 8k and clerics 15, knight dudes 9. We had 5 skeleton dudes on that one. They did 800 damage. More samurai, please. So the ab roller Spartan dudes gain 10% increased max HP and spawn near other dudes. And then sequined vest. All dudes gain 5% increased evasion. We could buy that. We can afford that. Unit tattoo. When Spartan dudes block an attack, they also give temporary health equal to 3% of the Spartan dude's max HP for 3 seconds. Memento Mori. All dudes receive 10% increased healing from all sources. Absolutely. We are going to be unstoppable. All dudes gain temporary health equal to 5% of their max HP for every 3 seconds. This temp health lasts for 5 seconds. We are just going to be healing all over the place. Bean Burrito, when a dude gets knocked out, he creates a burst of toxic gas when he lands, dealing damage. Not interested. Let's restock. Wakizashi. Samurai dudes gain 1% damage each time they land a critical hit. This effect stacks and lasts the entire duration. Let's buy that. And when the Spartan dude blocks an attack for an ally, that gains 5% crit chance for 2 seconds. That could go well with what we just bought for the samurai dudes. Let's just do it. So now we're going to fight 3 horse-sized ducks, 4 alpha wolves, 5 horses. These battles are starting to take a while, even with my samurai hopping all over the place. Now that was satisfying. Samurai are up to 12k damage. Clerics are up to 24k though. Can't argue with a cleric. 1 unicorn and 10 wolves. It's getting swarmed. Hopefully our samurai are able to knock them down. More samurais. 108 dog-sized rats. We're up to 5 skeledudes. 6 skeledudes. The 6 skeledudes got 2 kills and 1,000 damage dealt. They're worth it. More night dudes. And we're going to fight 483 mallard ducks. Oh, our clerics are getting low. So are our night dudes. Oh, that was actually close for our clerics and night dudes. Our samurai dudes were healing a ton, so they were going to be fine. We'll get more samurai. Now, do we want to invest more now? I think we do, because we go all out. So we're going to fight 1 unicorn and 24 Canada gooses. Our vampires got knocked out. The unicorns hit really hard at first. So our samurai dudes did 9k damage and clerics 15k. We're going to keep doing the night dudes. And we can't afford anything right now. That's okay. Nothing in there that I wanted. 2 horse-sized ducks, 124 Canada gooses. One of our vampires is back though. Our knights are getting down low. Oh no. Oh, we just got so many knocked out. Our clerics are overhealing with the divine healing. I'm not sure who are the problem, the bigger geese or the Canada geese. Because once the Canada geese were gone, we were fine. 11 of our night dudes got knocked out. That is not good. They took 23k damage. We'll take one more. Living Will. When a dude gets knocked out during a match, all active dudes heal for 15 HP. Albative Shield. When a night dude receives healing, he gains temporary health equal to 100% of the healing he received for 3 seconds. I feel like that's what we need to do. Because we're going to face 1 unicorn and 1,400 honey badgers, and they don't care. So far, so good. We just need to knock this unicorn down real quick. And just like that, he's gone. Samurai dudes are up to 9.3k, and clerics are at 16. Man, the night dudes got knocked down way hard. Man, half, and we'll get another one. 3 big bees and 4 gorillas. I'm not sure about this one. I feel like our rounds are starting to get numbered. We need the clerics to heal though. We've had 2 divine healings so far. Gorillas need to get knocked out. Good. Now we just have the killer bees, and they're not doing too much damage. We're staying pretty much healed. Yeah, the samurai dudes did a decent enough job, and the clerics healed for 8k. More samurai, please. 3 gorillas, 5 alpha wolves, 7 horses. Let's go. Our clerics are starting to get hit. That's the only thing I can see that's the most worrisome. We've had a gorilla go down already and a horse. Things are starting to get under control. Samurai did 15,000 that time. And the clerics are up to 30,000. We need more clerics. 5 gorillas, 7 alpha wolves. Hopefully our knight dudes that were knocked out. Okay, they're up. So we need to knock down those gorillas quick because they hit the hardest. And just like that, 15k for samurai, 20k for cleric dudes, and 11k for knight dudes. Feels good to be back. More clerics. Okay, we have the merchant dude back. Thoughts and prayers. Any dude healed by divine pulse will gain 1% increased evasion and receive 5% increased healing from any cleric dude's divine pulse for 4 seconds. This stacks up to 10 times. False face. At the start of the combat, all dudes gain 20% increased evasion for 8 seconds. That's really good. So we'll buy both of those. And then we'll wait for our investment to come back. 1 unicorn, 43 dog-sized rats. Don't seem to be taking too much damage. The unicorn hits hard, but it doesn't ever seem to knock us down completely. And even if it did hit our cleric down completely, we would just get a divine cast and then heal all the way. 9k, 16k, 8k. And a samurai, please. 828 rats. Here's where our evasion is going to come in handy, hopefully. And the cleric's damage, too, with their healing. That AoE is just so valuable. We have 5 skeleton dudes, too, with that one. 12k for the samurai, 14 for cleric, 11 for knight dudes. More samurai, please. 1 unicorn, 16 wolves. This round has been pretty easy, actually. Our dudes hardly lost any of their max health. Still have a dead vampire, though. 12k for samurai, 19 for clerics. Pretty good. And more samurai, dude, please. 101 rams. Let's go. They don't seem to hit that hard. They just kind of seem like meat shields at this point. We got 5 skeledudes, 6 skeledudes out there. 7. Because of that relic for the knight dudes, we had 12 skeledudes out there fighting for us. They did 2,000 damage. More knight dudes. So this round we have 3 big bees, 3 stallions, and 4 gorillas. We haven't fought a stallion yet, I don't believe. They hit hard and all, but nothing seems to be knocking us down completely. 14,000 for samurai, 19,000 for clerics, 10,000 for knight dudes, and more samurai. Katana sharpener. When a samurai dude arrives at his dash target, he gains 50% increased damage for 1 second. That is really good. The death rattle I'm not that excited about because it has to do with dudes being knocked unconscious, and I'm just hoping that we have the relics have that not happen. Protective cloak. The cleric dude gains 10% increased toughness, and his divine pulse now applies temp health equal to 25% of the amount healed for 5 seconds. And then a bandana. When a samurai dude lands a killing blow, all samurai dudes gain 5% increased crit damage for the rest of the battle. So is it every time they hit a killing blow they gain 5%, or is it capped at 5%? Because if it's not capped, then that is overpowered. Whereas this would be the way to go. I think we're going to go with the clerics still because we just have way too many of them healing and we need them. 1 unicorn, 33 rams. Oh, he's scared. Samurai with 15k, clerics with 18, knight dudes with 10. This is a tough one. I think I want to go with the samurai dudes because they just are overhealed constantly and they do the most damage. When an enemy is defeated, there's a 3% chance a skeledude will appear from the underworld. This can occur only once per second. When your dudes attack, they have a 10% chance to heal themselves for 50% of the damage dealt. And then samurai dudes gain 5% crit chance every time they don't land a critical hit. This bonus resets when they land a critical hit. I think I want to go with the false fangs so that they heal more and it applies to everyone. 3 stallions, 3 big bees, 6 alpha wolves. That vampire hasn't come back yet. I'm sure he's missing the rest of them. Or maybe he came back as a skeleton dude. 21k for the samurais, 23 for cleric, and 11 for the knights. Those samurai are catching up. We're going to keep getting them. And our investment paid off. $2,500. 606 gooses. Let's go. This is crazy. Our clerics are getting so low. But our samurai are overhealed to the max. Alright, we're starting to get back up. That got so wild for a second there. Samurai did 14k damage. And the clerics did 18. Knights did 12. Vampire dudes are just... Well, that guy's dead. But the other vampire is just a cheerleader at this point. 3 stallions, 4 gorillas, 5 horse-sized ducks. Let's go. It's kind of an easy one. I'm starting to wonder if any of our guys will ever die again. Or if we'll even lose. 19k for samurais, 21 for clerics, 11 for knight dudes, 391 goats. Nothing's really getting too low. Our knight dudes got about half, but they're seeming to climb back up just fine. But we have 11 skeleton dudes with us. The 11 skeleton dudes did almost 3k damage. Dory. When a Spartan dude blocks an attack, he gains 2% increased damage for the rest of the battle. Not interested in any of those. We'll restock. When your dudes drop below 50% health, they have 25% chance to recover 10% of their health. This can occur once every 5 seconds per dude. We'll go with that one. Vampire dudes. Not interested in vampire dude stuff. Living Will. When a dude gets knocked out during a match, all active dudes heal for 15 HP. Sewing Kit. Your dudes have a 15% chance when taking damage to heal for 100% of the damage taken if the damage did not bring the dude's HP to 0. We'll do that one. And then I'm interested in just restocking. Restocking again. Bean Burrito. When a dude gets knocked out, he creates a... reduce the merchant cost of health potions. Restock again. Rage Bait. When a dude takes damage that drops his health below 30%, he gains 100% cleave for 3 seconds. We'll buy that one. Then we'll restock. Brass Knuckle. When a dude gets knocked out, all active dudes gain 3% damage for the remainder of the round. I think we're going to go with Brass Knuckles. And then, would we have enough for a restock? Emergency Ring. When a dude takes fatal damage, he has a 15% chance to survive with 1 HP and become invisible for 3 seconds. We might be able to get away with that one. Let's try it. And let's fight 1 unicorn and 21 wolves. We're hardly even breaking into our own health here. Unicorn is still beefy though. Doesn't do much damage, but just causes a whole lot of ruckus. 19k damage for clerics, 19k for samurais, 10k for knight dudes. We'll keep up with the samurais. 139 rams. I like this view because I can really see the samurais just flying all over. And another cleric. 91 honey badgers. They are chipping away at us, but I think we're going to get the best of them. $23k damage for samurais, 25 for clerics. And we'll get more clerics. 751 gooses. Clerics are getting kind of low. And we had a samurai almost get down low too. But not quite. 16k damage. We'll go with another cleric. Okay, and he's back with another investment. Since we haven't been having much problems, let's go for the big ball investment. See you in 13 rounds, 162 rams. Let's go. We're up to 7 skeledudes. Well, we didn't have hardly any trouble with that round. 43k damage for the samurai, 45 for clerics, 28 for knight dudes, and more clerics. And we can't afford anything, but when dude blocks an attack, he deals damage equal to 50% of his DPS back to the attacker. That's a pretty good relic. And the dude at the top of your roster gains 30% damage. That would be so helpful for the samurai dude. Oh man. Oh well. 19 big bees, 500 regular bees. Last time we had trouble was the bees, the regular bees. So we'll see what happens for this one. I mean, the clerics jumped down a little bit. They're still, oh, we lost a vampire. And then one cleric is, oh, we lost a cleric. He was hanging on for dear life, but he couldn't quite make it. These big bees are taking a while though. 39k damage for samurai, 48 for clerics. Clerics are still just outdoing everybody. Oh, and there's our captain's hat. But splitting headache reduces the merchant cost of burner phones. Nah, that could be good, but I feel like it's not as good as the captain's hat. So that gives samurai 43 damage. That is an insane amount of damage. 894 gooses. Let's see what that damage does to that. Clerics were getting kind of low, and so were the knights, but we're picking it back up. And the numbers for the geese are just dropping. 26k damage, 446 kills. So the samurai dudes are doing a last hit, and that's how they get the most kills. They actually did get the most damage that time. Wow, more clerics. So we have 26 knight dudes, 4 out of 5 Spartan dudes, 33 clerics, 22 samurai dudes. So this time we're going to fight 3 unicorns and 5 big bees. So if all 3 unicorns hit one guy at the same time, it might be a problem. But if they do solo, then we're not going to have any issues with this. And your glue. Three unicorns, 7 stallions. Man, they're just flying to those horses. I'm really glad we decided to go with the samurais. They are really great when the horses start running around. I can imagine just having these knights trying to attack them, following them around. 33k for the samurai, 38 for the clerics. More clerics, please. 559 goats. Clerics are starting to get about halfway. So are the knights. And those samurai are just keeping on healing, over-healing like crazy. Nice. 28k, 34k, 19k. Skeleton dudes with the 3k. More knight dudes, please. And a free dude. Okay, we have 1800. The merchant arrived. We have dog tag. When dudes get knocked out, all active dudes gain 20% run speed for the remainder of the round. Or when a dude lands after being thrown, he has 30% chance to instantly recover from being stunned and teleport back to where he was. That's pretty good. We'll do a restock as well. Caged tiger. When any dude is knocked out, all dudes gain 25% crit chance for 3 seconds. The knight dude gains 10% increased toughness and can no longer be thrown. Yes. Our knight dudes are going to be unstoppable. 1 polar bear. 31 wolves. Okay. Good luck, guys. I don't know how hard the polar bear hits. I think he hit a cleric and he went to about halfway. Yeah. He's not doing the most damage. We just surround him and then just chip at him. So 32k for the samurai. And they're starting to be the best. But we'll do more knight dudes for the tankiness. 1 polar bear and 15 horses. Not sure how the horses are going to fare. Especially against my samurai, just killing it. Flying towards whatever's trying to get away. Oh, we lost a vampire, I think. 27k, 30k, 21k. More knights. 649 goats. Our regular dudes and the vampires are the ones that get closest to the dying in these. Like our clerics get kind of halfway, but then they start healing a little bit more, and then they end up being fine. Same with the knights. Our samurai just overheal constantly, and we're okay with that. 33k damage, 36 for the clerics. More knight dudes. So now we're going to fight 3 unicorns and 8 stallions. Did we just lose a regular dude just right off the bat? I guess he didn't get the memo for the increased evasion at the beginning of the match. 31k for samurai dudes, 35 for cleric dudes. More clerics. Oh man, okay, 3 regular dudes. Pretty sure 2 of them are dead. No, just 1 of them's dead. So we'll go with all 3 samurai, because they seem to be doing the most for us right now. 1 polar bear and 36 wolves. $35k damage for samurai dudes. All our vampires are knocked out. 29k for the cleric dudes. Do more knight dudes. Parry buckler. All dudes gain a 5% chance to block incoming attacks. That's pretty good. And I think we can afford the restock. Loyalty card. The first restock of Merchant Dude's shop is free each time he appears. And then Knuckle Bones. When your dudes are hit by an enemy's cleave attack, they have 25% chance to curse the attacker, reducing its cleave damage by 25% for 4 seconds. I think we're going to go with the loyalty card so we can restock for free. That'll help us in the long run. If we last any longer. We're on round 90. We're going to face 3 unicorns and 5 silverback gorillas. So we'll see you in the ring, boys. Oh, we lost a samurai. Our clerics have been fine, and so have our knights. I think our samurai are just so squishy that they get knocked out in 1 hit. The silverback gorillas got knocked out real quick. So the samurai's got 4 kills, 42k damage, 41k for the cleric dudes. We'll go samurai. Alright, we know we don't want death rattle. Blood bag, the vampire dude gains 50% cleave. We don't want that. We're going to do that. Because there will be a time in which we will have more unconscious dudes, especially if we have more vampires. He's just doing no damage to us. More samurai. And we got our investment back. I'm surprised. 438 dog-sized rats. Let's see how we do against this. We don't seem to be taking much damage. We are pretty much full health the entire time. 58k damage for samurai dudes. 62k for the cleric dudes. More cleric dudes. 4 unicorns, 9 stallions. This game is actually taking a lot longer than I expected. I think with all the heals and our tanky dudes, we're doing a lot better than the dev expected, or he just didn't know how balanced things were. Because I feel like if we didn't have any heals, we would just be toast. We wouldn't have made it like 3 rounds. I think we might make it to round 100. $39k, 44k. More clerics. And my 3 samurai are here. That's what I'm talking about. 103 feral hogs against 28 samurai dudes. And we got our old samurai back. $76 kills for samurai dudes, 52k damage. They are flying across the screen. Cosmic Geode reduces the merchant costs of meteors by 50%. Let's do that restock for free. Iron Storm reduces the merchant cost for bottle lightning. Restock again. Holy Water. The cleric dude's divine pulse gains increased healing on dudes with lower health. We can do this. And Lieutenant Sigil, the second dude type on your roster gains 10% crit chance. Okay. Let's just move the... If I can remember how to move things again. Great Helm. When a dude taunts an enemy, he gains 3% of his max HP as temporary health for 3 seconds. Can stack. That's what I'm talking about. This guy can taunt like 13 enemies from the get-go. So that's a temporary health for 3 seconds. So 13 times 3%, that's a lot. We'll get that. And then we'll do a restock. We'll just get the lipstick. So 1 polar bear, 10 horse-sized ducks. $35K, $28K, $19K. Definitely go for more samurai. 4 unicorns, 8 big bees. We're not seeing much damage drop or health drop for us. It's just kind of annoying when they run around, but I'm really glad I have the samurai to just attack them and dash to them. Okay, so 56K. That's what I'm talking about. More samurai. 3 unicorns, 6 big bees, 10 gorillas. Easy. The gorillas are just dropping. And the samurai are flying. Is that Superman or what? I love seeing them fly in there. $57K for the samurai. We'll get more. See, the vampires just got the lipstick thing that reduces the % damage for the. So vampire dude's attacks reduced enemy damage by 1% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. Yeah, that's not as good as the Spartan. 514 dog-sized rats. Seems like it might get to the point where my computer will die before I actually die in the game, because the screen is starting to get quite crowded, and with all these samurai just dashing all over killing things, I'm not sure. I still haven't used my meteor, lightning, or burner phone, any of these things. I might do it for round 100 if we make it. 69K damage, 63K damage for cleric dudes, 43 for knight dudes. More clerics. 4 silverback gorillas, 6 big bees, and 8 stallions. Not even breaking a sweat. More Spartan dudes. And a burner phone. So here's the merchant. We have the dog tags. That's the knocked out thing. Increased block chance of Spartan dudes. Since we're getting more, we might as well get that. And we might as well get this if we're going to start getting knocked out. Around 100, 13 polar bears. The polar bears don't seem to be doing a ton of damage to us, but if they surround one of our characters, they might be able to snowball. So let's go for it. Okay, we already lost a samurai. And a cleric. Clerics are using their divine attacks because they're getting so low. We lost another cleric and another samurai and another cleric. This isn't looking good. Okay, the polar bears are starting to drop. So are our clerics. We lost another one. And another one. Come on, samurai. Oh, we lost one. Only 2 more polar bears. I think we're gonna get it. 173k damage. 121k damage for clerics. We will get another samurai. I think the caged tiger is what we'll go with. 13 unicorns, 294 honey badgers. We will use one of these to revive everyone. And then we'll fight. And just because I want to use a meteor. That was pretty satisfying. Oh, we're losing Spartans. And we lost a cleric and a samurai. Oh, and another samurai. I guess they're kind of glass cannons, though. They have a lot of overhealing, but they don't have a lot of health to begin with. And we got him. 176k damage for the samurai. More cleric dudes for the overhealing. 54 big bees. 1,000 bees. Yikes. Cleric dudes are just barely making it. Thankfully, all the smaller bees are dying. But if the bigger bees surround one of the guys, they're gonna kill him, just like they did the clerics. And they got another cleric. So we had 2 clerics get knocked out and 1 Spartan. That's not ideal, but we will keep healing. 57 horse-sized ducks, 580 Canada geese. Canada geese are a problem with this game. I think this might be the one that gets us. I'm gonna use meteor right away. Seem to be doing all right. Although our cleric at the end there keeps getting pretty low. I think we've dwindled the numbers low enough to where we'll be fine. Yeah, we're barely losing any health now. We're overhealing constantly now. But I guess oversized geese can still surround 1 or 2 guys at once and do a lot of damage to them, but I don't see that happening right now. We've got it pretty well covered. $169k damage for samurais, 187k for clerics, 188k for knight dudes. The knight dudes were MVP that time, and they took a lot of damage too. They just didn't die. I think more clerics so that they can keep the knight dudes alive. We're going to fight 14 unicorns and 559 rams. These are starting to take a long time. Our clerics are getting pretty low, but nothing too drastic. Seem to be doing alright. I think we lost some samurai that time. And maybe a Spartan. So we lost 3 samurai, 1 Spartan dude, and a lot of skeletons. But the skeletons are helping out a lot. Samurais did more damage that time than the knights. I think the knights do really well with those big bosses that they can hit, because they can't hit those running horses. But we'll get more. When a Spartan dude blocks an attack, he gains 2% damage. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll buy that. And then Knucklebones. Hit by enemies' cleave attack, they have a 25% chance to curse the attacker, reducing its cleave damage by 25%. We will get that, and then we'll restock. And we will get... we'll restock. Shadow Skin. Vampire dudes convert an overhealing from lifesteal into temporary health that lasts for 3 seconds, or 4 skeleton dudes appear to assist you at the end of each round, or at the start of each round. I don't like that either. Spartan dudes block an attack. They also give temporary health equal to 3% of the Spartan dudes' max HP. We'll buy that. Alright, we'll fight 16 polar bears. I don't know if we've lost any yet this round. We're starting to dwindle the numbers of the polar bears, but our numbers are still strong. These are just taking a long time. 201k damage for samurais, 156 for clerics, 91 for knight dudes. And we'll take another samurai. Now we're going to fight 94 alpha wolves and 310 wolves. Our samurai were getting low, but it looks like they're healing back pretty good. I can't watch the health for our vampires because it just bounces up and down like crazy. We lost one of our vampires. Oh, I wonder if this dog tag applies to the skeleton dudes. I'm thinking it does. If so, that is overpowered. 298k, so 300k damage for samurais, 260 for clerics. Spartan dudes at 163k, that's pretty good. But the damage prevention for the knight dudes and the damage taken, uncomparable. Some more clerics. 1 toddler. Finally, we're back to our roots of fighting a toddler. But what is 1 toddler doing with 24 silverback gorillas and 61 regular gorillas? Let's find out. Oh, we lost a cleric. And we might have lost a samurai too. 2 clerics. 3 clerics. And a Spartan or 2. Those silverback gorillas are intense. They're knocking out our samurai. Oh, that hit was devastating. The damage output from the gorillas is so high that even the mushrooms wouldn't even help, I don't think. We lost 18 samurai in that one. 5 clerics, 3 Spartan dudes, and guess we get more knight dudes, and good thing we got more dude juice. So we're gonna need it all for 73 big Bs. I think I'm just gonna put a meteor down just for fun. Oh, we lost a Spartan. And we've lost a cleric thus far. Okay, the bees are starting to fall now. You can see the samurai just dashing back and forth. That wasn't so bad. 141k damage for samurais, 131 for clerics, 94 for Spartan dudes. We will get more samurai. And we'll fight 18 unicorns, 761 Canada geese. That damage at first was a lot. Our clerics were getting kind of low there. Still are. The geese are falling quickly though. That guy's huge. So now it's just a waiting game for them to kill the unicorns, because they just rampage all over the place. $243k damage, 220 for clerics. Not bad. We'll get more. We'll get more samurai dudes and more dude juice. Okay, merchant is back. Loaded dice reduces merchant cost for pocket dice by 50%. App roller, Spartan dudes gain 10% increased max HP and spawn near other dudes. I guess we'll get that. When a samurai dude lands a killing blow, all samurai dudes gain 5% increased crit. Can't remember if we already had that. We're gonna get it anyways. Restock again. And then vampire dudes takes damage while below 50% health. He steals 20% health from random dude. Restock. Spartan dude gains 15% increased toughness. We will definitely do that. Let's fight 17 polar bears, 113 gorillas. Probably need to replenish on this. I feel like we're on the tail end of our fighting career here. Let's do meteor there. Let's just spread them out a little bit. We lost 2 of our samurai already. We're so close to losing cleric there. Our vampires are just dead. Let's try our lightning. I haven't done lightning. I don't think that did much. We'll do it again. I mean, our knights are doing really well. The samurai are glass. They just keep getting killed. Man, they just get one shot. It's a good thing the knights are really quick after one of these. I don't remember which one. Gain 20% run speed for that one. 476 damage dealt though by the samurais. 22 are KO'd. We might be looking at one of our last runs here. Gonna have to do the strange spores and hope for the best. 33 unicorns, 202 alpha wolves. Let's see how it goes. And we'll do a meteor real quick. We'll do some spores. And another meteor for fun. I like to see them fly. Strange spores. Our clerics are dropping strange spores. Strange spores. Strange spores. We'll move those guys over there, just so that they can get the temporary health bonus. They haven't lost many unicorns nor the alpha wolves. So this isn't looking good for us. Once we lose all of our clerics, it's game over for us. Our dudes here will start dying off, and it won't be good for us. So I'll move these guys over here, just so they can gain that extra health. The alpha wolves are starting to die, but they are swarming a lot of our guys. A lot of our guys are over there, so we're just gonna send them that way, so they can get that temporary health. But I'm thinking this might be it. It's not a very pretty battle there. Well, we did our best. We made it 111 rounds, and I thought we were never going to die, but I mean, 33 unicorns and 202 alpha wolves proved us wrong. But I'm really proud of what our guys could do. We had 41 skeledudes on that one, which is awesome. Our vampires were absolutely useless. Spartan dudes were pretty useful for how many we had. But the cleric dudes, knight dude, and samurai were an awesome combination. But I'm pretty sure that's all we're going to do for today. See you next time.